Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the CW. Got some updates about what's going on over at the network right now, how it's changed from the Arrowverse times. Obviously we still have Superman and Lois, but things are changing over at the CW. So we have some updates that we need to go through. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, links in the description below to both of the articles I'm going to be breaking down in this video. But as you all know, well, it's been a while since obviously Nexstar took over. That was over a year ago. Well, I think it's edging on nearly 2 years, to be honest. And so since then, obviously we had all the cancellations. Obviously the DC content was cut down on the CW dramatically with the cancellations of Stargirl, Batwoman, Gotham Knights, and lots of other shows as well on the network that aren't just DC related. And so they've been cutting back on the CW's identity, but we've been saying all this time that I think at some point things are gonna fail, or it's just going to basically become a network that's non-recognizable to us CW fans. And with the state of the content over at the CW right now airing on TV, I'm sure some of you Americans just regularly flick through your channels, you see the CW, and you're probably not seeing anything that's super interesting to you unless it's a rerun of maybe a show that you like. Or in the new year, obviously we'll have some shows that are original to the CW that are coming. Or maybe you're a fan of a show from a different country and it's just coming over to the CW, and maybe you live in America and maybe you've been watching on another platform. I know some of the different seasons they're releasing of these other shows, like Canadian shows, are available on Amazon Prime, Netflix and things like that, and now they're just coming over because the CW has obviously acquired them basically to show them as reruns. But yeah, that's the current state of the CW. You guys know all about it. I'm not going to go too much into that, but we're going to talk about some updates. So the CW has revealed a new premiere date for one of the shows that was recently picked up that was quite shocking, and that show is called Wild Cards. It's not DC related or anything like that, but it's starring one of the CW's big stars from Riverdale, Vanessa Morgan, and also Grey's Anatomy actor Giacomo Giannotti. And the reason why I say this was quite a shock, and if you guys missed my video when this came out, obviously I explained why I think this was quite shocking at the time, is because they've been really kind of going away from the CW and what it was before. But it's interesting that they pick up this brand new show. It's not a show that's been acquired or anything, it's a brand new show that they are developing. And the reason that it's strange is this is a complete reversal of the CW. They've basically gone out and cancelled all the shows and said, okay, you know what guys, we don't care about our audience, we don't care about, the shows that we've got on our network as long as we try and make money, right? But now they've gone back and they've got actors like Vanessa Morgan to come back and have a show on their network. That clearly screams to me they're desperate for views. They know that Vanessa Morgan has a fan base from Riverdale, and they want those Riverdale viewers to come back and watch her new show. And so that's why it's a big shock when this actually was announced, but they've now set the premiere date for it so we can see if this is actually going to have an impact to the ratings on the CW. Obviously those shows on primetime right now in the middle of the week aren't doing well. They've been canning a bunch of those shows. We've done update videos on that. And so it will be interesting to see how Wildcards actually does when it premieres. Now, the premiere date for that is January 17th, so I believe the show has already been fully finished by now. Obviously, we're in December, so that makes complete sense. And so it's coming out on January 17th on the CW, premiering at 8 PM. And so I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for the actual ratings when it comes out. Obviously the live ratings, and then I believe there's some other ratings that come out afterwards. Obviously it's going to be airing live on the CW in that time slot. And I believe if this show does well with Vanessa Morgan, I think you're going to start to see them picking up more shows and trying to get actors back who were classically CW actors who would be on all of these different shows. So you could see Grant Gustin show up at some point in the future. You could see someone else show up, some of the big stars. I could totally see that happening if this actually turns out to do well. Obviously this Wildcards show is less of a normal CW show. It's more of a dramedy. That's how they've described it. It's more like a procedural drama. So it's definitely going to be different, and the question is, can they retain an audience even if the Vanessa Morgan fans are showing up every week? Are they going to stick around for the whole season? and will they come back for another season. So I think this will be a telling sign for the future of the CW when this premieres in January, so keep an eye out for that, guys. But moving on to the next topic, this is really interesting and it's quite out of left field, to be honest, and I think this just shows how low the CW is at right now, how desperate they are for viewers. And so basically, just the other night, they aired a Republican debate in America, and it got the biggest audience the CW has had for years, since 2018, when The Flash had an episode on, and that is the biggest they've got since then. And so it's a Republican debate. Like, who would have thought the CW would be playing a Republican debate? Like, it's just crazy, especially because of the CW's identity and how it's been very kind of forward thinking, and obviously a Republican debate is not forward thinking. Like, I know some people are Republicans that aren't bad or aren't, you know, super right wing, but, you know, in general, you have people like Trump, you have people in American politics that, you know, are quite despicable, and they're going to be airing on the CW, and obviously it did perform well because people are interested, no matter what side you're from in America in terms of politics. People are going to be tuning in to see what people are saying and everything. So in one part, it's smart by the CW, knowing that there's definitely going to be a big audience because people are curious as to the political state of their country right now. And so the CW basically in this transformation has somehow picked, you know, this Republican debate, and it's done as well as The Flash's 2018 episode Honey, I Shrunk Teen Flash, which is crazy. Like, that episode I don't believe like did ridiculous numbers, like it didn't go like 2 million or something. Maybe it was around that kind of area, but apparently this debate that was aired on Wednesday, December 6th, so 2 days ago from when I'm recording this, drew in 2.5 million viewers. Obviously, that is the viewership that the CW is looking for, but they've obviously not found that with their current shows and the shows that they picked up, and really they've been lacking on all fronts. And so this is, you know, one big shift in their programming where they're picking up a political debate, and obviously that is something that I wasn't expecting to see, and I'm sure most of you guys weren't expecting to see, because it's a big shift from what the CW typically airs. And you guys know it's all like genre shows, it's more like for teenagers, for young adults, and it's actually quite sad, to be honest, like, because I'm a fan of the CW. I've watched it throughout like my childhood, you know, growing up into an adult, and I love these shows. Like, I love the Arrowverse, I liked Riverdale, I liked some of the other shows on the network as well, and now they're going so far as to be so desperate to have to show Republican debates. Like, yeah, it would be smart if they do Democratic debates, and I feel like we would be less surprised by that headline, but this is just a shocking headline, and just kind of goes to prove, in my opinion, how far they've come and how far they've like kind of backtracked. That's what I kind of mean there, in terms of, you know, they are so desperate they will just take anything. Like, we know they're going into sports, we know that they're trying to cut back costs with their original content, and, you know, those original content is going to be less genre related, it's going to be more basic, so they can basically cut costs. And so yeah, it's like a whole big revamp of the CW, and as I said, I think in the next couple of years you're really going to see what the CW is going to be like. Is it going to exist at all? Well, like I said earlier, I think it could be very different, and people won't even recognize it, and it will have like this whole different audience. Yeah, they might pick up some more numbers in terms of, you know, breaking these records by having these certain programmings once in a while, but it's not going to be the CW. It's going to be the network that just shows anything that they can make money on, anything that they can get views on. Like, I wouldn't mind it if they went like fully into sports. Like, they're doing a lot of golf content right now and everything like that, but I think by airing like the Republican debate, they're really forgetting who their audience is. And I'm sure it was quite a shock to a lot of CW fans if you were like scrolling through your TV and you just saw that on the CW. You're like, okay, wait, let me double check, is this actually the CW or not, or is my TV glitching out? But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, it's like a little bit of a rant. Obviously, I was very passionate about the CW in the past, but since the transformation, obviously, I am very more than lukewarm. I'm kind of, you know, down on the CW right now. But we've still got Superman Lois, so I'm still invested. That's why I'm looking at all the news and seeing what they're doing, and this was just quite a shock to me. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. and you can subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos if you're new around here. And for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. But for now, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.